Do not, under any circumstances, move to Houston, Texas. So let's face it, there's good things and there's bad things about everywhere you're going to live, but people definitely want to know what the bad things are, so that way when they move, they can make a conscious decision and the best decision about whether or not they're going to move to said place. So that's why today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should not move to Houston, Texas. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out beforehand. I've lived in Houston almost 30 years and it's been a fantastic place to live. I love it here. I don't ever see myself leaving. But again, there are good and there's bad about every single place that you're going to live. All right, starting at number 1, do not, under any circumstances, move to Houston, Texas if you're looking for a place with a high cost of living and everything costs a lot of money. The cost of living here in Houston is lower than the national average. So just to put it in perspective, the median rental prices of a 1 and 2 bedroom apartment ranges from $1,200 to $1,600. And that makes Houston cheaper than almost 40 major US cities. Number 2, you should not move to Houston if you are not ready for an endless amount of food options. So because Houston is known for its diversity, there's so many different options for any type of cravings that you might have. To be exact, Houston has 83 different kinds of cuisine available in the greater Houston area. So if you're a foodie, we've got you covered. There's so many different things to eat here. You can find any type of cultural food that you're looking for because we've got it all here. So if that doesn't sound like something that you would enjoy, then Houston is probably not for you. And number 3, you should stay away from Houston, Texas if you don't like sports being a part of your everyday life. Us Houstonians actually love sports. It's like part of life here, especially football. Football is like culture here. It's ingrained in our DNA. We are big football fans over here in Houston. Now, maybe you're not a football fan. Maybe you just don't like football whatsoever. Still not a problem because Houston is home to 5 different professional major sports teams. I'm talking about the Houston Texans, the Houston Rockets, the Houston Dynamo, the Houston Astros, and the Houston Dash. And because we love sports so much, you can go at any point in time to any bar in town just to find a sports game on. And there's going to be lots of fans there wearing all their gear, cheering loudly, but there's always a game on somewhere. Now, maybe you don't like to watch sports at all. Maybe you just prefer to play them instead. That's not a problem because here, there's different sports leagues for anything. So like, for example, I play flag football every week. Been doing it now for about a year, and it's super fun. But there's also leagues where you can go play soccer, baseball, basketball, volleyball, kickball. There's dodgeball. There's different things for every single sport that you want to play. So there's an opportunity for you to join said sports if you'd like to play them instead of just watch them. So if you don't like sports, maybe Houston's not for you. Number 4, you should stay the heck away from Houston if you're not ready for a bunch of different job opportunities. Oil and gas, aerospace, manufacturing, and healthcare are all major industries that keep the economy booming in Houston. So if you're looking for work, you should be able to find a good amount of work in the energy industry. Also, if you're looking for medical, we have the largest medical center in the world, the Texas Medical Center. And number 5, Houston is the dead last place that you want to live if you don't love awesome weather, if you don't want to be able to swim or go to the beach all year round. Well, practically. So we get hot weather for about 8 months out of the year. And even whenever it's not brutally hot outside, on the flip side, it's not ever brutally cold. Here in Houston, we hardly ever get brutally cold weather. For us, if it's 60 degrees outside, you might still see people in coats and gloves on because to us, that's pretty cold. Now, we did have a winter freeze back in 2021 that affected thousands of people because it shut down our entire power grid, but that's because we're not built for the cold weather here, so that stuff doesn't happen, so we just weren't ready for it. So if you don't enjoy beautiful weather, then maybe Houston is not the place for you. Now, if you've never been to Houston, never been to Texas, then you should watch this video where I explore one of the best places to live in all of Texas in 2022. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. You are the real MVP, and I will see you guys next week.